Runk.
Chattanooga and West Virginia, I will be there this weekend. Go to chrislea.com. And Australia and Des Moines, and I got a bunch of different dates coming up. Go to chrislea.com to get those tickets. And without further ado, here is the next episode of Congratulations.
Crazy.
Yeah, and I also Irvine. I forget where I'm going. I forget that I booked clubs too. I'm going to be Irvine and Oxnard coming up, and then a bunch of I said Australia, but anyway, dude, I've had this thing like just need to keep like doing that, and it's so annoying. You ever get that? It's just insane. I think it's a yearly thing. I think it's a seasonal thing. You know, like every year during this time, maybe the beginning of summer or something. I don't know. I'll have to check. Right? I'll have to check. But I'll have to check next year. I'll have to see. I have to clock it. But yeah. Anyway. Speaking of Australia, going to Australia. Got the passports. I have a passport, and my wife has a passport, but my sons don't, and my sons are 4 and 1, and they had to get their passports, and it's so funny. Their little pictures on it, especially Billy's. It's like it's got no business getting a passport, you know? Like, hey, it's him. Hey, this is him, dude. You don't need a passport. This is just the baby. So let's just bring him in. We're gonna bring him in the country. It's gonna be fine. He's just gonna do pretty much he's gonna just pretty much eat and poop and sleep and cry. Just like kind of like his dad, honestly. But his dad does need a passport because he's 44 and Billy's 1. So he doesn't need a passport. So just let me bring this baby in, huh? But he's going to have one. And his picture looks dope too. So I don't mean to brag, but my son's passport pictures look pretty dope. We're here and it is time to get on and popping. And I just feel like everything's all gravy. Everything's pretty gravy. And the thing about Diddy is crazy. How you saw a video of him beating the crap out of Cassie, is it? Yeah. And he was. It's just sad. I don't know. It's like yeah. Maybe it's not the best way to start off a podcast, but man, I just was like, oh shoot. When there's video of you doing that, I don't know how you keep going. Like, all right, let's make some more music, you know? It's a weird thing to think about. And it's also, that was 10 years ago, over 10 years ago. Also, why wasn't he staying in a nice hotel? And I thought he was a billionaire. But yeah, it was weird. And apparently he paid for the footage from the hotel, and also the hotel just gave it to him for 50 G's. And it's like, hey, but hotel, you're a hotel. You can't do that. You're a hotel, dude. You can't just receive 50 G's for the security table. Hotel? This isn't someone's house. Hey, hotel, you got people staying in you. Right? So it's weird. Okay. Also, who got the money? Illegal. But I don't know. You know, I don't really know anything about that. And I don't know where it was or whatever. So maybe it's different in that state. I have no idea. There was a kid named James when I was a kid. I was in New Jersey in elementary school, and I would say, and one time he was doing swings on the swing set, and apparently he saw. I talked about this before. Apparently he saw some movie the night before because he was like, hey, Chris, ask me if I have any ideals. And he would just, he said, hey, Chris, ask me if I have any ideals. And I said, do you have any ideals? And he says, nope, all fresh out ideals. And then jumped off the swing. That's what he would do. And then he made me do it 5 times. And his name was James. And I remember he had a jacket that was blue. It was too big. Dude, who is that kid now, you know? Who do people grow up to be? You know? God, that's crazy. Who are these people out there? They're out there somewhere. Not many of them died. Some of them did. A lot of them did because of the sheer volume. But the percentage of them are just alive and just around, you know? Like I saw a guy the other day that commented on like a post that Justin Bieber and Jaden Smith was on, where they kiss each other, you know, where they did that little kind of like, it was like they were a very fluid kiss that they did, and it was like, oh, is it people? You know, people from Nebraska was like, oh, they're homosexual, and you know, I guess it was kind of, it's when you get to a certain level of fame, it's not gay or straight. You just kind of kiss, you know. You just kind of kiss, and you don't even think about if it's a man or a woman. You just go, hey, what's up? And they stroke sometimes. They don't care. They don't care. You know, they're just 30. They're just 30 and so famous, and just kiss, dude. They just kiss. They don't give, and they're like, oh yeah, he was a guy. I forgot. I don't know. I wasn't thinking about it. Who cares? Stroke, squirt. And so they were doing that, and then I looked down in the comments, and it wasn't even like far down, and there were like 20,000 comments on it. You know, it was like a big post, and some dude I went to high school with was just like, "I'm convinced everyone in Hollywood are butt pirates," and I'm just like, "Oh well, there's Bill, there's Bill, dude. There's what? I wonder what he been up to. He used to be a big bully, and now he's just 44 commenting on a Jaden Smith, Justin Bieber kiss video, you know, and he's just around still. I had no idea. I didn't really know about him too much, you know, but he was a bully, and I remember he had a girlfriend, and then she broke up with him, and then we started dating, and he got real mad at me, and I thought he was gonna beat me up, and whatever, dude. He never did though. And there's still time, I guess. But also, he did break into my car later that week, and threw all the stuff around it in my Suburban. And I was like, I don't really care. It's my mom's car, you know. Everyone's like, "Oh, dude, Billy broke in your car and threw all the shit." And he used my gas card, or my dad's gas card, I guess, in like, you know, Simi Valley to fill up his tank. And like we just canceled it, and everyone's like, "Oh no!" And I was just like, "I don't really care, you know. I don't really care with this chick. I don't really care, man. Doing that hurts. I got a shoulder pain, so that's cool. I did cupping. Is it called cupping? Yeah. My buddy Anthony came over. He works with the Lakers, and he you know, since I'm an athlete too, he came over and did some cupping on my shoulder, and it looks crazy. My son looked at it, and he was like, "What is that?" And he's just not over it. He's just like, "What is that? Blood coming to the surface?" And then he can't stop talking about it, so that's cool. But yeah, I got cupping, and he really got in there, dude. You know what I realized? I don't like massages at all. I don't like massages, but oh God, I tell you, I'd be remiss if I didn't include a sports massage with that. I love sports massages, dude, and it's because I'm a sport. I must be, and dude, when I go get, if I, and I haven't in a long time, but I've done it in my life. If I go to Burke Williams or something, some quack place like that, if I really go to a place where they've got like trickling water and you know, bamboo around and calm music, like get out of here with the, I don't like calm music. I'll be as calm as I want to be. You don't need music to make me, you know. But if I go to one of those places and they come out and then they just start, you know, massage, I'm like, what? It's nothing. It's stupid. But dude, you get a sports massage, you get Anthony in here, just digging in your, you know, right there, my shoulder, and boy, it hurt, but a good pain, you know. He was like, "What does it feel like? What's the worst pain it's been out of 10 over the past week?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know, 7." He was like, "Okay, so 8's ER. 8, you would go to the ER." And I'm like, "Oh, what is?" You have to explain that part first. Okay, 4. You know, I don't understand, like, because I just maybe I'm just a wuss, right? I don't know when people say, like, what pain, 1 through 10? When a doctor says, so what is it 1 through 10 pain-wise? I'm like, oh, I don't know, but I operate on the Wuss scale, dude. I operate on the Wuss scale. A 9, you know? And then the doctor's like, that's a hangnail. And I was like, yeah, I don't know, 10? But yeah, I just think that it's basically any pain is a 10. Otherwise, why even think about it, right? Who cares what a 3 is? You got a 3 pain, you keep moving. You got a 3 pain, you definitely still go to the gym. You got a 5 pain, you still go to the gym. If you got pain and you don't go to the gym, it's an ache pain. I don't know, man. Started watching the episode or the season 2 of the Jinx, which I wasn't involved, dude. No, let me take that back. The first Jinx I saw, and it was awesome. The first season, all right? That was like 10 years ago. I didn't realize it was so long ago, but it was. 9, maybe. And okay, right? But I remember when that intro music would start, boom boom da da, boom boom da da, boom boom da, whatever it was, I would be like, oh yeah, hey dude, time to settle in, boom boom da da, boom boom da. I was like, oh hell yeah, time to settle in. You know how they do stuff for TV shows, like they'll make music for the intro? Don't do that. There's so many dope songs out there already. Pick one of those. I pay for it, you cheapskate. You're going to have to pay for someone to make it anyway. Pay for it. I found out that boom, dum, dum, boom, dum, it was already a song. So I'm like, this is how it should always be. There's songs out there. Choose from the catalog. Pick that song, if it's a song that would be on the, WB, like Gilmore Girls, just already picked up closing time, one last call for alcohol, and then in the night, I know what whatever that one is, or if it's a cool ass song, right? Oh no that one, right? That would be cool. But you make score, like I'm not into that. I'm not into the score. So I found out that they used a real song on the Jinx, and I go, oh well, that's it, dude. Use that. Use real music. So anyway, I watched this episode. It was, dude, the Jinx was crazy, right? The guy's just so bonkers. He just couldn't shut up, and now he's in jail. And he can and it's all because of this documentary that they made on HBO. And okay, so I'm like, oh wow. And then they made a part 2 9 years later. Now you know how I feel about part 2s. If you're gonna make a part 2, make it for at max 5 years later. And I'm talking max 5 years later. All right. Now I get documentaries are really hard to make. You gotta let stuff happen before you make it. Okay, fine, I get it. For the Jinx, okay, that's fine. 9 years, okay, whatever. Dude, when somebody makes a sequel, like they make sequels 20 years later, like The Matrix. There's so many examples. I can't think of them. They're eluding me now, but it's not worth it, dude. You waited decades. It's done. You already did. You did tell the story. It's all good. I get a cash grab, but hey, dude, you don't need to make it. It's for the. You know what? Especially in this culture, it's part of the culture. Especially because of this culture. This is what I'm trying to say. Hold on, this is what I'm trying to say. Let me get my thoughts together here. This is what I'm trying to say. The binge culture. Hell yeah, got it. The binge culture, right? Now they're trying to go back to, oh, well, we'll release the first 2 or 3, and then every week we'll release another. So now it's going back to appointment television, which I guess is not, I guess it's not like exactly appointment television, because it's not 7 p.m. on a Wednesday. It comes out. I understand it's just they'll say like, yeah, well, we drop it on Wednesday now. This new show, Dark Matter. I saw the first 2 episodes of Dark Matter, and then I'm like, oh, now I'm hooked, and I can't watch the third one. The third one comes out Wednesday. Just Wednesday you can watch it. So okay, but it is kind of appointment television in a way, because it comes out midnight on Wednesday. So I'm not going to sit up and wait for it, so I can watch it anytime on Wednesday. So I guess it's I guess technically it's not actual appointment television, but I'm just like, I waited then until the next Wednesday, And I saw it the next Wednesday, and I already forgot everything, okay? It's been a week, and your boy forgot the whole first 2 episodes. Oh, and they think they're going to be cute with that recap? They think they're going to be cute with the recap. Here's what you missed. Oh, dude, hey, start it over. Hey. From jump, all of it. Hey. So much shit has happened for the past week. You're going to create binge television and then take it away from us? And make appointment TV? How about this, dude? Netflix is opening up movie theaters. Hey! So what then? The last 10 years was just bullshit? You were just trying to get into the theater game? Right? You started saying like, hey, let's just do DVDs. We'll just send them over to you. And then, hey, we'll just stream it. Hey, we'll stream it. That's the best part about it is that you don't even have to go to the theater. And now they're like, well, actually, we want to be up for Academy Awards, so we got to release some of the shows and some of the movies in theaters, and that's okay. We'll release some of the movies in theaters, and for like a week. This way, we get the credit for the thing, and we get an Oscar. Idris Elba could get an Oscar nomination. We'll make sure everyone gets an Oscar. We'll make sure that chick from The Crown gets an Oscar nomination. But and then what? And then what? Well, Martin Scorsese wants to do a Netflix movie. All right. Well, we'll release Killers of the Flower Moon into the thing. And now I got to sit at home and wait for the thing. And then I got Netflix. Then I got movies that are out there that like you on Netflix and you can't even see them yet. And you have Netflix. You fucked us, You really did. And this is the stuff that I complain about. And you know what? I'm not negative. It's positive. I'm an advocate for change. But it's pretty silly, man. Netflix has movie theaters, and they tried to make Jinx 2 9 years later. And so I watch it. So now I'm watching it, and I didn't want to watch it. And my wife was like, no, David's an op. David came over. He's an op. And he was like, you guys know that second season of Jinx came out? And my wife goes, oh. And I in my head, I go, oh, okay. I don't like this because the way she reacted leaves me no choice but to acquiesce, right? Otherwise, my wife's so excited about this show. What am I supposed to do? But I want to watch Good Boy. That movie where the guy dresses up as a dog, the horror movie? What was his one? Good Boy? I want to watch Good Boy. The Good Boy. Let me. I'm Googling it. Good Boy horror. I'm not gorer. Horror. That's the right movie? Yeah. Okay, so this movie is called Good Boy, and it came out in 2022, and this is what it's about, okay? Sigrid, which already I'm fucking in, dude. A guy's name, the woman, a man or woman, I don't know, I don't even know. The name is Sigrid, okay? I'm in because it's a foreign movie, all right? I never met somebody named Sigrid, which means they're on other land somewhere, which means I like the idea that the movie is not American because most of the time, American movies are bad most of the time. Now, most of the time, all movies are bad, okay? Not just American. But if I get to see an extra little special, sliver of how the world is somewhere in, like, Sweden, name a character Sigrid, dude, I'm in, all right? So Sigrid hits it off with Christian, a millionaire heir she meets on a dating app, so Sigrid's a woman, but learns that he lives with a man who acts like his pet dog, okay? If I wasn't in before, in now, but then trying to be open-minded, she continues her relationship, but soon notices an insidious undertone to him. In a movie that sounds like it should be a comedy, that is a horror movie involved. Dude, a movie that when you're describing it, you go, oh, that sounds funny. And then the person says, no, but it's a horror movie. Get the fucking popcorn. Where'd they shoot it? What's the lead character's name? Sigrid? Get the fucking jujubes. Get the large club soda. No, I don't want butter on fucking popcorn. So I'm like, that's what I want to watch. And I've already got it locked in my head. I got it locked in my brain that that's the movie I'm going to suggest. And David, the op, comes over and says, hey, you going to watch, you ever see that? Jinx? The Jinx came out. And Kristen goes, oh, I love that. And then I realized I didn't even know Kristen when she watched the Jinx. So now I'm like, oh, I don't even know how much she liked it. It turns out she really liked it, the way she was reacting. She's like, please, let's watch it. Please watch it. And David's like, sounds like we got to watch one episode at least, you know? And just if you like it, if you're in, then we'll watch more. I said, okay, but I'm not, we don't. Okay, so we watch one episode, and guess what? I'm not into it. Why? Because it's 9 years later, dude. It's 9 years later. They have a new intro song. It's not even the old dope song. It's another dope one. But it's like, he's already in jail. He's in jail. He already admitted to it when he was taking a piss on his, lav mic. What do I care now? He's already in jail. It already happened. And my wife is so into it. We watched the end of the first episode, and she says, we have to watch a second episode. And I go, I wonder when I'm going to watch Good Boy. Being married, you think about it as like, I look at my kids and I look at my, my beautiful wife, and I'm just like, this is just the happiest, and I am. I'm so happy, And then I don't get to watch Good Boy, and I'm like, the reactions are not right sized. And I don't mean look, there's a difference between your outward reaction and your inward reaction. And, your inward reaction kind of doesn't really matter. It's the reaction you're hiding from everyone, right? It's when somebody says, hey, you're fired. And then the other person says, oh, good. Well, this is the best thing that ever happened to me, right? Your outward reaction is not matching your inward reaction. Your inward reaction is, oh, I'm shitting. How am I going to pay off my mortgage? But you make, the bravado, you cover it. Great, best thing ever happened to me. When one door closes, another one opens. That kind of thing. But my reactions are never right-sized, inward or outward, okay? And my inward ones, look, inward reactions don't really matter because they tend to not affect people as much because they're all for you, but they affect you. They affect your mood, your overall, go like this. Great, I don't get to watch Good Boy. Okay, well, fuck, I don't get to watch Good Boy. I'm not even going to fucking mention it then. How about that? Right? And outward, I go like this. Well, I want to be a team player. I want to be like I tell you what, if everybody wants to watch the first episode of the second season of the Jinx, and I'm the only one who doesn't want to, then that's okay. And they go, let's give it a try. And I go, fucked myself out of that one, didn't I? But I do it inward, right? And the outward is like, yeah, it's all good. And the inward is like, I know I'm happy, but like, see, this is the crazy part of me. I just go, if I was single, dude, I'd be watching Good Boy. I'd be in the middle of Good Boy right now. I'd be in the middle of the movie. Like, people are like, man, if I was single, you know how much pussy I'd get. And, dude, hey, if I was single, do you know how many movies I want to watch I would watch? And I already watch whatever I want to watch. I kind of like try to bully whoever's around me into watching what I want to watch. But I'm trying to, trying to be a little bit more, So we watched the first episode of The Jinx, and I wasn't into it. Yes, it was well done. And the subject is nice, but I wasn't into it. So afterwards, they go, did you like it? And I say, no. And they go, oh, come on. And so I watched 3 fucking episodes of The Jinx, dude. I'm watching 3 episodes of a sequel that came out 9 years too late about a guy that is already in jail, and you already saw why. And Good Boy's still unwatched. That movie's got to be what country? What country? Norwegian. Norwegians make some fucking crazy movies, dude. Norwegians and Asians make the craziest movies, dude. Oh, so they're saying it's a comedy horror. No. Girl meets boy comedy horror, that rabidly bizarre premise. There is a streak of boundary pushing and wantonness to this Norwegian comedy horror that I said twice, didn't need to say it twice. That bodes well for the... all right, what was it, Norwegian? Anyway, it's probably bad, but sometimes these movies with like super white people are so crazy. Movies with super white people, like German or Norwegian or Swedish, Denmark, dude, they don't give a fuck about what they put on camera. They'll show all the things, and you're like, "Oh, dude, this is for off screen. We're supposed to react to the wife reacting to this, not the fucking guy getting eaten by a tiger." You know what I mean? They'll just show it. Oh, look, he's getting eaten. He's getting eaten, and shit it out, and we show it the whole time. We show the digestion. They'll do that. We'll wait 4 hours. Fuck it. We wait 4 hours. Make the movie 8 hours long. We don't care. Have the tiger eat him, and then we just leave the camera rolling on the tiger. And then we wait. Have him turn around and open his asshole, show the excrement. That's the guy. That's the guy. That's the man that was eaten. You didn't cut. We didn't cut. This is like in loving memory of Hans something, you know? And then you find out it was a documentary, and you're like, why is nobody in jail because of this? Like that fucking, who's the guy who did the bear movie? Grizzly, right? Grizzly Bear movie where he got killed? Who was that guy? Yeah. Was that him? Was Werner Herzog got killed by the bear? No. Okay, well, no. Okay, they're not him. There was some guy that did a Oh, Grizzly Man. That's what it's called. Yeah. Oh, he didn't die. The guy died, right? Yeah. Dude, dig his body out of the ground, lock him up. Get that guy in jail. You don't hang out with a fucking bear, okay? You go to jail. I don't care what country, dude. It's like, you know who else goes to jail? Who's the magicians? Siegfried and Roy, right? Don't they hang out with a white tiger? Put him in jail, dude. And not for animal cruelty, idiocy. Werner Herzog always has the best narration voice, though, right? Right here. Grizzly Man.
For 13 years,
that's not him.
He was killed by one of the bears he had sworn to protect.
And you know?
Well, I'm here with one of my favorite bears. It's Mr. Charles.
Dude, how do you not know already that this guy's just in so much trouble? One of my favorite bears right here. He's dressed like a guy with chapped lips, you know? So it's one of my favorite bears. Hey, dude, here's a vocabulary that you should never have. One of my favorite bears, okay? Should only be one bear that you like, and that's Winnie the Pooh. Man, that's not a real bear, okay? Second, one of your favorite bears is a real bear? Among real bears? Lock him up. But Werner Herzog, dude.
So for those of you who have not seen Grizzly Man, I'm afraid to tell you, he gets killed by the bear. And you do this amazing scene where you're intercutting all of this great footage that you found with interviews that
the attack was already on. His girlfriend apparently switched on the camera, but it was so violent that she dropped the camera and the lens cap was still on.
It's like, it's Austrian or what? I mean, he's Arnold Schwarzenegger basically, but like sexier. He's sexy Arnold Schwarzenegger is what he is. But the lens cap was still on, and the tripod. What happened was, he was a man who hung out with a bear, and his bear was one of his favorite bears. Ate him, of course. We should look him up.
So now what we're trying to pass is the law. If somebody talks about a bear too much, we lock him up. Even Chicago Bears, we put, so by mistake we lock up the Chicago Bears and the fans. But I'll have a documentary about locking up the Chicago Bears.
And the tape runs for the next 6.5 minutes until the tape ends. And you hear Timothy Treadwell screaming at some distance.
No emotion. No emotion.
And you hear Timothy Treadwell screaming at some distance. He is getting disemboweled. The bear is eating and chomping and chomping and chomping and fucking and putting his in his anus and fucking and chomping, and eating and chomping and stealing his girl, and just robbing him of every experience of life. It is now the bear's experience. The bear is moving into his apartment. The bear is making the bed. The bear is eating his food and redecorating his walls with the wallpaper that he likes, and making friends with the neighbors, inviting them over for dinner, not eating them, but making fish for them, and basically adapting to Tristan Treadwell's life. And I have no emotions about that. I don't care. I made a documentary and just left the film running. I left it running at his house, at the bear's house now. So the bear lives there. The bear lives there now.
And she apparently grabbed a frying pan. You hear her beating the bear over the head with a frying pan.
Not going to work. You know? Jesus Christ, how terrifying would that be? I used to watch that shit. Like Faces of Death. Remember Faces of Death, dude? You'd just watch it at your friend Morgan Doizaki's house. And their mom didn't know any better because when she picked up the phone, she'd just be like, mush, mushy. And you're like, is Morgan home? I don't even know where I'm calling. When Morgan not home. Oh, okay. Tell him to call me when he gets back. Okay. Morgan never called back, you know. But then you go to Morgan's house and you'd watch Faces of Death, right? And it was like the craziest shit, dude. Because somebody would just be like beating the head in of a monkey and then eating it. Or, dude, why did they have these things at the VHS store? Hey, for the people that don't know about VHS, like the people that are young listening to this podcast, you used to go to a store to get VHS tapes. You'd have to like go to get like a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie or like You've Got Mail. You just go to the VHS store and Blockbuster, right? You'd rent it. But then if you like didn't go to Blockbuster, if you went to like a different one called like Odyssey Video, you could go and they had like this section where it was like you could like rated, I don't even like rated X or what was it back then? It was like rated V for violent or whatever the heck it was. Like it was just rated no, you know? You can't watch it if you're under 60 years old, you know? Because it'll change your life. There'll only be before and after that moment. If you're 55, you can't watch it. You're too young. It'll fuck your brain up, right? But it's Faces of Death. But there was always a 12-year-old. You know, you were 12, but the older brother could get it. Oh, what the fuck? Really? He got Faces of Death, and then there was the ripoff Traces of Death, and it's like, come on, dude, just name it something completely different. But it would be like a guy blowing his brains out, another guy like getting beheaded by a bear. And I'm not even bullshitting. These were actual things that happened. I saw a guy get smacked. His head got smacked off by a bear. The bear was just like, oh, and just smacked his head off. He was like, come here, bear, come here. And he oh, and just smacked the fucking. And it's not Grizzly Man, you know? And it's just like, you're watching that at 13. And I'm like, Morgan, let's turn this off. And he's like, yeah, but it's crazy. And I'm like, yeah, I know it's crazy. I don't want to see it. But watched it all. You know, saw people eating monkey brains for real. there was a monkey getting trapped and somebody was beating they go like somewhere in like, you know, who knows, some Asian country for sure. And they just like put lock a monkey up, a little monkey, like the one that Ross had from Friends. And they just lock him up and then they give him like utensils and they just go, beat the monkey, beat him. And you beat him, you beat the shit out of the monkey until the monkey just stops going, you know? And it's just like, give him a bigger thing, you know, or a knife. But they're just like, these tourists are just like, just like tapping the monkey till he dies. And the monkey's just like, and then it finally just lets out one little, and then they go, okay, and then they eat the monkey's brains, and it's like, it's 1995. Don't have video of that at all. I saw some crazy shit on Faces and Traces of Death. And now, by the way, now can you even get that if you're not on the dark web? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like you got to download a whole separate browser, like Tor. You know what I'm talking about? You can't even. Why is Billy right there? He's crying because I'm talking about Faces of Death. But like, yeah, you downloaded a whole separate browser. And you got to go to. If you go on, like, look, if I go to Faces of Death, man, remember Faces of Death, dude? Faces of Death. There it is. There's the guy. Oh, it's on YouTube. Okay, well, that's a problem. This is one of those things that I'd watch now and it wouldn't even be that bad, you know? I'd be like, oh, I've seen worse stuff on Roku. Jesus, Faces of Death is a 1978 American Mondo horror film. Directed by John Allen Schwartz, created under pseudonyms Conan Le Cillier. It was banned. Why is it banned? It was really banned to be released on November. Wait, it was really planned to be released on November 1st, 1985, but it was withheld from purchase due to concerns of the content and protests from a number of animal rights groups, in which, of course, it was the animal rights groups, because nobody cares when humans die, you know? They're just like, yeah, but we don't want him to tap the monkey's head till it dies. I love how it got 25% on Rotten Tomatoes. Hey, dude, give it 100. Hey, give it 0 or 100. Who's like, I mean, it was good, but it honestly, I can't rate it full tomatoes. I gotta go because here's why. In the middle, when it showed the guy taking the rock and smashing his balls over and over again against the bigger boulder, it really took a dip, honestly, because I didn't think it was a sexual thing until then. And it just kind of threw it in our faces. I liked it better when they were tapping the monkey until it died. Look, it made $35 million in the box office, and the budget was $450,000. There's Faces of Death 2. So hold on. Here we go. Faces of Death 2. Let's look at this on IMDb. Documentary, horror. This movie continues in the same as FOD1, with short scenes of death-related material, mortuaries, accidents, police work, film, TV crews, all stuff you can see on Roku right now, literally right now, in between Kleenex commercials and Verizon shit. I love Roku. No, not Roku. Is Roku the one? What's the one that I watch? Tubi. Tubi is the one where you can watch, and I love it because you get to take breaks, and you can be watching the most violent shit, and then it's just like, can you hear me now? The Verizon guy comes in, and you're like, oh, yeah, they have commercials. Some of the material are more likely fake, some not as likely. Yeah, I remember that, too. But still, it was wild, though. Faces of Death 3. Oh, let's look up Traces of Death. Traces of Death. Hell yeah, there it is. Ripped it off. And then Traces of Death 2. And then Traces of Death 3. And then Traces of Death 4. Oh, come on, dude. Why? So it was the same thing? Traces of Death is a collection of archive film and borrowed stock footage, notorious for its pointless, exploitative content. In its opening, you see the death of a woman named Maritza Martin, who was gunned down by her ex-husband on Spanish language television. Okay. That's horrible, you know? We then witnessed British SAS troopers storming the Iranian embassy in 1980. This is followed by a police chase of a criminal in a pickup truck and the deadly finale. It goes to the footage of animal experiments with a grizzly, scene of a live pig being burned alive with a torch. Okay, don't need to experiment with that. You know? Hey, it burned. Okay, so we got the stuff. We got the data. What happened? Burned. It was horrible. It was horrific. It was horrific. But we put on a turkey sandwich, and honestly, it tastes really fucking good. So we are then shown a very graphic presentation on a male to female sex change operation. Dude, I remember that. I saw that. Oh, man. This is crazy. The film opens with a disclaimer saying the producers considered putting a tone before and after each gruesome scene, warning the audience. However, due to the entire film being gruesome, the idea was dropped. Okay, you know, Oh, God, slewer side stuff. Oh, come on, dude. Oh, God. I don't even want to say these things. The film ends with an advertisement to send in $5 to receive a 125-page catalog to buy T-shirts, buttons, and real human bones and skulls. You know? They didn't bury the lead there, did they? So, here's the, you had to send away for it. There was no internet. So if you send him $5, we'll send you the catalog. And it's great, dude, because you get the merch. You get the T-shirts, get the buttons. And there's a lot of great things on there. We got like Twisted Death hats and all that stuff anyway. And you can also get, you can add it to cart at the end of the human bones and skulls. But anyway. Let's look it up. YouTube.com. It's a great website for videos. Faces of Death. Look, dude, there's a movie coming out called Never Let Go with Halle Berry. How did I not know that? I should have known that already. I should have deduced everything that happened in life already up until this point in my history, what I've seen, and known that that soon there will be a movie called Never Let Go with Halle Berry. Why not? Of course. Sometimes I feel like you can guess what the next person you're going to meet looks like too because of all the data you have in your head. Here we go. Faces of Death. Oh, I mean, it's just on YouTube, dude. How is this? How the fuck is this okay? But we get fucking flagged for saying, And they got Faces of Death. They got, I can't even say slewer side. And they got people shooting themselves with a bow and arrow.
There's a continual balance. It must.
I mean, dude. So old. Not in 18.
I think a continual balance that must be maintained. In the jungle, the death of one creature ensures the existence of another. Deep within the Amazon basin exists an Indian tribe known as the Jibaras. Totally content with their domain, they soldiers are distant or isolated from modern civilization. Now, they will tap a monkey's head until it dies. It takes about 35 taps for each of them. There's 6 of them. So that's 6 times 35 until the monkey stops screaming, and that is when then they eat the monkey's brains. That is the Jabaro cheering the monkey brains. And now they're eating it. Washing it down with the monkey's blood.
Jabaro. One of the funniest things ever was fucking Dennis Miller came out once to his show. That old show on HBO. And the first thing he said was, He comes out for this monologue, and the first thing he says, everyone claps. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Dennis Miller. And he comes out and he goes, Jumanji. And everyone just starts laughing, and he goes, Ka! Dude, I thought that shit was so funny, dude. Let's see if we can find it. Jumanji. Dude, that was so funny to me. Like, because fuck that stupid name. Dennis Miller TV show 1992 Jumanji. Oh God, it's not gonna happen. Is it? No. Wow, the Dennis Miller show. Tom Hanks was on it. Dude, how about how Chet Hanks, I hit him up because it was too funny. He wrote on Instagram that his dad texted him, Tom Hanks. And he texted him, Big Maine, can you explain the Drake-Kendrick Lamar feud to me? Tom Hanks sent that to his son, which is hilarious. And then Chet Hanks wrote, yeah, so Drake and his other dude, J. Cole, have been saying about, paragraphs, wrote to to his dad, and he was like, yeah, and so Kendrick basically won. And then Tom Hanks wrote, holy cow, those are fighting words. These are fighting words. People taking sides? Who's winning? And then he's like, did you just read what I just said? And I wrote him, and I was like, dude, this is not true. Come on. And he said, what do you mean? You think Drake won? And I said, no, man. I mean, did your dad really text you this? And he wrote, what do you say? Oh, come on. What do you say? On God. Yes, bro, on God. And I go, wow, that's hilarious. How old is Tom Hanks? Because my dad's 76. I don't even know if he doesn't even. If my dad knows who Kendrick Lamar is, there's no way my dad knows who Kendrick Lamar is. Okay. Well, oh yeah. Well, he's 10 years younger than my dad. Okay. Good actor, huh? I don't know, man. I gotta look at this here. Oh, Terrence Howard did Joe Rogan, and that's wild because Terrence Howard is just wild. He's either a genius or
is just immune to bullshit.
What? Play. I'm pissed. Dude, play. Come on, man. Oh, these studios really, we got to update these studios, dude. Which means I need to buy a new computer is all I need.
Is just immune to bullshit.
Okay.
When bullshit hits me, I'm go, oh, I know what this is.
You'll see hydrogen sitting all the way over there by itself, but they don't show that hydrogen has the same tone as carbon.
What do you mean by tone?
Same tone, same key of E. Same key of E. 40.5
key
hertz.
Of E.
The next one would be like 81 hertz. You go to silicon, it will double up and would be 162 hertz. You'll go to cobalt, and it'll be 324 hertz. It's, in that base, if you were to...
Dude, I heard a guy saying this, honestly, today in a tent outside of 3rd and Crescent Heights. Like, this is something a homeless guy says, and nobody listens to, but Terrence Howard is saying it, and he's got an Oscar, you know what I mean? Or like an Oscar nomination. And...
take the angles of incidence,
yep,
or the tones that they create.
Yep.
Their color. Like you can turn color
yep.
back into sound.
Yep. Dude, if I was on the other side of the thing, just doing that and viewing them.
Upon, it's the same wavelength. It's just twice as long or much longer. So all you have to do is keep dividing light by 2.
Keep that up, Jimmy.
You keep dividing light by 2, and you'll ultimately get back to the audible sound of it. Because
dude, hey, but no, see, dude, I don't know what it takes to be like Joe Rogan, uber successful, like for interviewing people. I could never do it. Like Theo Vaughn killing it. I don't care. how you eat, because you either have to sit across from somebody like this, or you have to sit across from somebody who's telling you something that actually makes sense, and then you're like, but I just want to think of what is going on in my head. You know? It's so...
There was a relationship between light and color, sound and tone, matter and shape. Like you can turn color back into matter and shape.
Then he says, one of the most interesting conversations I've ever had with the great and powerful Terrence Howard. It's a wild one, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of mixed reviews. But as crazy as some of the things this man is saying are, he's clearly brilliant, and he was right. Wow, okay, so, wow. And if he's right, it's going to change the world. So he thinks he's brilliant? Jesus Christ. Well, fucking, I'm an idiot. I mean, Rogan's smart. For sure.
My personality that is just immune to bullshit. When bullshit hits me, I'm go, oh, I know what this is.
You'll see high.
Dude, that's a fucking hard cut, dude. I don't know, you know. You get so big where maybe you have to just like be like, yeah, this was great. I mean, I'm sure, look, it was definitely interesting, but wow, that's unbelievable. Divide light. Nah. You know what you divide? 2. The Iranian president died in a helicopter crash. I don't know, man. Is that good or bad? It's bad. Dying is always bad, but it's like, does it help America? I don't know. I don't want to interview anyone about it. That's what I think about. It's like, I don't know. I guess I'm a bit of a nihilist, but it's like, dude, I see Theo Vaughn interviewing like a guy, and I mean, his podcast is so successful, and I'm just like, I don't want to interview that guy, and I don't want to. How do you have a conversation with somebody for fucking 2 hours about that? Is the thing. I would ask Rogan about like, how do you? I was like, if you had all the money in the world, would you still do the podcast? And he said, I think I would still do it, but I just wouldn't do it as much. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah, because I love having conversations with people. And I'm like, I guess that's where we're different. I mean, I like to have conversations with people, but not about big issues. I want to talk to them about why they like the pants they're wearing. And that stuff does, that's, you know, I'm a niche audience, you know? Like there's nobody's going to, I'm never going to make, you know, $200 million on Spotify because I want to talk about, you know, how much bacon you eat. And it's just like, that's fine, I guess. What is Borg drinking and why is it a dangerous trend? Borg, excuse me? Blackout Rage Gallon refers to a concoction often prepared in a gallon-sized plastic jug. It typically contains vodka or, well, we know why it's dangerous, or other distilled alcohol, water, a flavor enhancer, an electrolyte powder, or drink. Okay, well, we know why it's dangerous because of all that stuff, right? Dude, so unappetizing. A Borg. If you haven't been to a party lately and if you've been to a party lately and hadn't seen someone drinking a Borg, you're likely not partying with college students. And if you have no idea what that sentence even means, you're probably not a member of Generation Z. The acronym Borg stands for Blackout Rage Gallon. Dude. Or the Borgs. Gimme. According to the National Capital Poison Center, the term refers to a concoction often prepared in a gallon-sized plastic jug that typically contains vodka or other. Yeah, I already read that part. Okay. Outside day party. Oh, come on. A flavor enhancer and electrolyte powder or drink. Borgs are often drunk at outside day parties, otherwise known as darties. Dude, day party is fine. You know? Darties. God. The new version of Jungle Juice. Whatever. I don't know what Jungle Juice is. That sounds racist, though. They can't call it that now. They got to call it Borg. There's so much alcohol in a Borg that drinking one can lead to potentially life-threatening consumption and alcohol poisoning. Shit! The large batch drink is the new version of Jungle Juice, according to Sabrina Grimaldi, the creator of it. Well, you know, Grimaldi's racist because that's what she... Yeah, it's like Jungle Juice. You're so racist. You're so racist if your last name is Grimaldi, you know? That's because of them. That's how they are. Oh, God. Look at this fucking sentence. The creator and editor-in-chief of online lifestyle magazine, The Zillennial Zine. The publication targets the micro-generation between millennials and Gen Z. Hey, bye. Burn it. Hey. That's me throwing it away on my laptop. That's me throwing it away, making sure it's thrown away on my laptop. The Zillennial Zine. Instead of making a party-sized mixed drink in a huge 5-gallon drink dispenser, a giant storage tub, or even the grossest trend, which was making jungle juice in a sink or bathtub. Ew, dude. You know, people wash their assholes in it. That's why it's called jungle juice. Everyone has their own personal drink. At least that's a lot cleaner. It's intended to get you extremely drunk. Man, I guess I got to go to more darties. Dude, I'm gonna have my wife my wife and I are going to have a darty at the house. Yo, what are you doing? My wife and I, we're having a darty. Send out an Evite. Send out a Devite. What's a darty? A day party, you fucking loser. Send out a Devite. What's up with this King Charles portrait that was red as shit? Sup? Hey, why is this so red? Aren't we trying to combat the idea that he's evil? It's red. But it's not that... You know what, honestly? Who cares, right? It is weird. Looks like it was made from tomato sauce, right? And I got to be honest, it's a fucking awesome portrait. It really is really... It's like someone did that to me, I'd be like, oh, man, dude. Okay, I'm a villain. I'll be a villain then. Is bathed in symbolism. No shit, you know? The New York Times says it's a shock. It said is bathed in symbolism. You know shit, it's all red. He's the devil. Happy birthday, Wyatt. May 25th. Rip from Jack. R.I.P.? May 25 rip. What's that? Oh, May 25th. Happy birthday, Wyatt. May 25 rip from Jack. Go to holler.baby/Crystalia if you want to purchase a shout out. You know, write that a little bit more clearer, Jack. And you know, and us maybe. Oh, guys, if you don't see Lifeline, my other podcast, you got to go look at it. It's really fun and really good. And also, we got the Lifeline Live that we did, which was awesome. I'm going to be in Chattanooga. I'm going to be in Charleston, West Virginia, Irvine, California, Des Moines, Green Bay, and then Australia, my Australian run, and then Oxnard, California, ChrisLea.com. That's it for the episode. If you want to check out the rest of the episode, go to patreon.com/Crystalia, and you can also go to the if you sign up for the Patreon, you can get the extra episode that we do every month. There's like 40 of them now on there or something, so go check them out. It's just $6 and you can watch all 40 fantastic hours that you cannot access unless you're on the Patreon. So thanks very much, guys.